Welcome back to planetmosh.com, and I've been joined by John from Conan. Welcome to Bloodstock, first of all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you're playing later on tonight, so I mean,
yeah,
obvious answer I know you're going to give me, but are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, we haven't, our main touring period has finished now for the year, so it's fun to get back out and do a few shows like this. Obviously, I think Bloodstock's probably the largest show we'll do now for the remainder of the year. We played some big shows this year already, I must say. But yeah, we're really excited to get on a decent stage, you know. Playing.
Is a festival set sort of pressure off a bit? Party, you know.
Some people think that. I mean, I don't know. It'd be pressure off if we've been practicing a lot and we've been touring leading up to it, because then you know you're. But to be honest with you, we kind of enjoy it anyway, so it'll be cool as fuck, you know. We'll just get up there. If we're messy, then we'll just pretend we're Nirvana for a while, you know. Look what they got away with at Reading. But we'll just see. We'll just enjoy ourselves. That's the main thing, innit?
Brilliant.
No point stressing yourself out over it. It's only music.
So, it's been a really busy time for you at the moment. We'll talk about the new stuff in a minute, but I want to talk to you about the Live at Bannerman's issue you've got coming out. And one that struck me was you've got a pretty awesome looking green vinyl edition,
yeah,
which is pretty good. But,
yeah.
Why did you pick that particular show to record though?
Well, it's an easy answer, really, a simple answer. We've played Bannerman's a few times. It's a really cool venue up in Edinburgh in Scotland. And we had a message from a guy called Stuart, who runs a studio up there called Wall of Sound Productions. He was the drummer in Jackal-Headed Guard of the Dead, who are no longer. And he's a friend of mine, and then when we played it, he asked us if he could record the set, and would we be interested in maybe having it mixed by him and, you know, mastered, so it was of releasable quality. And I said, of course. So he did all that. He mastered it, recorded it, gave the recorded versions back to me, and it sounded really good. So it's kind of been sat on my computer for a little while, and I thought, well, you know, new album out next year. I think it might not be a bad idea to put a live album out and see how that goes. So that's exactly what we did. To be honest, we just decided to get it pressed onto vinyl, put it out through my own label, Black Bow Records, and Napalm Records wanted to do some of it in green, and in fact it'll be the first US release for Black Bow Records. So we're going to send it over there to a friend of mine called Renata Castagno, she's in a band called Samothrace, and she's we're really good friends, and she's going to look after the US distro for the label now. And that's the first thing that we'll put out in the US through the label. Thought it would be a good start.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. And you mentioned the new album coming out next year, so I mean, how far advanced are you with that now? Is it all in the can and just final mixing?
It's almost in the can. The drums are in the can, and we just got to mix and master. You've got to mix them. They've been, you know, recorded and edited, if you like. But I mean, we've of course we've got to do guitar still and bass and everything and vocals. But once the drums are done, the structure's nailed, so basically I just got to go and play guitar over it. So I think the most difficult part has been out of the way now. So the drums can be difficult to do. And so, I don't know, feeling relaxed about it at the moment. It'll be out.
What about the sound on it though? Is it different to previous? Or
well, maybe slightly. I mean, you know it does, because we know we've got our own sort of style, if you like. And I think maybe the sound is going to be no less heavy than the rest, but I think we're going to maybe try and go for a bit more of an organic feel, a bit more of a live sound. We'll maybe migrate a little bit towards that a little bit in the sound for the album. So you'll be able to tell a slight difference, but it'll be just as heavy or heavier, you know. The songs are sounding really good up to now.
Now, live, Conan is pretty much such as a show. It's a bit of an experience, really. And I get the feeling that for you as a band, the live setting is sort of the ultimate, really, isn't it? So,
I think most, if you're in a band, really, that should be where you enjoy yourself most. I mean, it's all right going in a studio and putting out an album, but it's not really you. You know, you got a producer there who'll make you sound good. That's what he's paid to do. But if you can't pull it off when you're playing live on stage, then you need to put away your guitar, as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, even from an early age, I remember I was like 16 telling myself promising myself, as like a depressed teenager, couldn't get girls and all that. I thought I'm going to grow my hair and learn how to play guitar, and I'm gonna play live and go and play shows and do all that. Not really knowing what that would entail, but that was just something that I really wanted to do, and ended up getting to that point. And I don't know, it's almost like I've fulfilled a promise to my younger self, playing live on stage. So when I see other bands not enjoying it or not seeming to, it really upsets me. Playing festivals like this, I think it's a really good opportunity for the soul. If you want to sound like a hippie about it.
Were you totally self-taught then when you sat in a bedroom?
I did have some guitar lessons for a short while off a guy, maybe 5 or 6. He taught me how to play "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. I wanted to play "Polly" by Nirvana, and I kind of did that, but he wasn't interested in that. And then he taught me "Lion Eyes" by the Eagles, and I don't recall either of those 2 songs now, but I can still play "Polly." So I think maybe I should have just taught myself.
That would be good, couldn't it? I don't want to embarrass you maybe, but just the fact that not a lot of people may know is that you always try and support the Alder Children's Hospital when you can by asking promoters to make a donation to the funds, which really touched me because I had a daughter there when she was little. Now, how did that sort of association come to be then? Was it just because of Liverpool connection, or?
Well, yeah, I grew up in Liverpool. I don't live there now, but I grew up in Liverpool. But the main thing for me was like my younger brother had really terrible asthma when he was a child, and he's a narky old bastard now. But when he was a kid, and I used to like him, he used to get asthma loads, and he'd be in and out of hospital, and he obviously went to Alder Hey all the time. And I've got children of my own, and I just thought it'd be nice to support it. I don't know, is altruism that cover that? I don't know what that means, to be honest, but anyway, I just thought, well, we're going to be playing shows then, and we can just like get a little bit of maybe publicity, a small donation here and there. So rather than asking for like, M&Ms with all the blue ones taken out, we thought we'd just invite the promoters to make a bit of a donation to Alder Hey, and mostly they do make a donation. We don't always get the evidence of it, but we did recently at Icelandflug over in Iceland. They were very kind and left us a letter. And so right now I don't know how many promoters have actually paid any money in. Some promoters don't even get us a packet of Maltesers. So I bet you they haven't. I bet you they've paid fuck all to Alder Hey. But it's nice just to at least try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So after Bloodstock now and after the album's in the bag, then what's the immediate plans for the band then?
Well, next year touring again. We're in the process of moving to different booking people, and we expect to be playing in America February, March. We expect to be playing a few festivals in the UK in the spring, summer, and we also expect to be touring busily, through the festival season and summer in Europe. That's what we've been promised, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how they do. But we really want to just tour as much as we can, which has been our attitude from the beginning, to be honest. Even back in the days when we used to get paid just 30 quid for fuel, and you'll go on first and you'll use their gear, and we'd just refuse and use our own anyway. And even now when we got our own van and whatnot, you feel slightly different, but we just really enjoy touring. We're getting a bit older now, but I think we enjoy it more because of that, because you get out of the house.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, have we got a working title for the album yet, or is that?
We do, of course, but
you can't tell
now
me.
Isn't the time. Yeah, the label will want to announce all that, but yeah we do have a work. We've got a title. All the songs have titles. Lyrics are done. When people ask me, I normally lie to them, but I'll tell you the truth and say that we do know the name, but we can't really say it just yet.
No, that's fair enough. Right, well, I mean, after you play today, you stay in the weekend, you get to check anybody else out, or is it?
We're not staying, sadly. No, we're not staying. I've got my son coming to the festival today with my parents, so I've obviously got to take him home later on, so that's like the least rock and roll thing ever. But, he plays guitar and stuff, so I wanted him to come and enjoy this.
Yeah, brilliant.
But obviously I can't stay around, and we've cancelled the call girls and whatnot. We'll do them next week.
Excellent. Well, it just remains me to say many, many thanks for your time, and I'll catch the set later, hopefully.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Cheers.